Hello everybody, this is George with Melnick's Automotive. In this video I would like to show you something that if you let your car sit for a long time, you might realize when you get on a highway, even in a city, higher speeds, that you have a pulsation on your car, or sometimes, like if it's the rear rotors, like in this case, they make a lot of humming noise, and it's a noise that's very uncomfortable when you're driving the car. So let's say you let the car sit for 2-3 weeks, you come back and you have a problem. So here's what you're gonna need for this job to eliminate that. You'll need about something like 80 grit sandpaper. Doesn't have to be used. Mine is used in this case from my body shop. You could use new paper if you have it in your garage. But the problem is this: as you could see, my rotors, my brake pads were sitting in this area for quite a long time. Maybe it was a month or so, and you could see the imprint from the brake pad right here. So I do have a little bit of surface rust, which will eventually wear out, but this will never wear out evenly. So this is going to be a high spot, this is going to be all low, so you'll have a pulsation. And this is a perfect example, me flipping it over and showing you the back. This is the old pad right here, and I already put maybe 20 miles or so on the car, and as you can see, it starts wearing out the rotor, but it's really not wearing it out evenly here. So you could go ahead and turn the rotors, probably cost you 15 bucks a pop, but you could also do this just with a sandpaper by sanding it. I do have a air power tool that I'm going to use, a sander, and I'm going to sand it down, but you could also do it by hand just by sanding it off. If you're going to use power tools, I do recommend safety glasses and nice air mask. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put it on right now. Something like this. They make those, they have those cheap ones for like 50 cents a pop. So I do recommend using that. If you're going to do it by hand outside, you could be okay just by doing it with sandpaper. So this one I already, I ran my sander, my power sander on this one, air sander, and I'm still going to go over it with hand to smooth it out, just to get it nice and even and nice and clean. But that's what happens when you let the car sit for a long time, especially if you live on eastern part of the country where there's a lot of moisture and salt and things like that. So this one is done. This one I'm gonna do, and as you can see, I'm sure my camera catching that area over there. That's my problem area right there. So let's go ahead and send it out, and I'll show you how that's done. Doing it by hand will take a lot longer, but you can still get the end results. And as you can see, that imprint is already gone, but it was fighting me. If I did it by hand, this area would probably take me 15 minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this other side. And this is a surface rust. This stuff comes off fairly easy. But the area where the pad was sitting, that area is like almost like it's welded on there. It doesn't want to come off. So let me do this side, and then I'll flip it over, and I'll show you exactly what I was talking about on the other side. Okay, as you can see, it's nice and clean. It's all even. This is right here. Watch, I'm gonna hit this area with my air sender, and this thing spins at like 5,000 RPM, if not more than that. And you will see that it's gonna remove it, but does have a problem removing that. So let me show you what it takes. As you can see, I just ran my sander on here, and it removed the surface rust on this side, removed it on this side, but this spot is still high. Same here. If I take my finger and I slide on it, I can feel that it's still high, so I got to take this down. Otherwise, it will be pulsating, making that weird noise. Look how it's fighting me right now. Okay, right now it feels more even, but I still got to go around the whole rotor. But it's if you let your rotor, if you're gonna let your car sit for a little bit, I do recommend putting it inside a garage, because if you leave it outside, you will have this kind of issue here where you get moisture, and then and then it starts rusting. And by the time you come back, because don't forget your pad is sitting here, and it's really close to the rotor. Everything else, this whole side is exposed. And when it's exposed to the, to the weather and all the elements, it will rust. When you come back, this area will be somewhat clean, and this can be all rusted. So you have a high spot, and then you're gonna have a low spot, or vice versa. You'll have a high spot and a low spot, and then that will cause a vibration and pulsation on your car. So, like I said, that's it for this video. This was George with Melnick's Automotive. If you have any questions, subscribe and shoot us an email. We'll be able to answer them the best we can. Once again, thanks for watching.